Now let us have a look at another problem to correct the error and obtain the independent coordinates. We have seen the previous problem wherein we have done the correction by using the Bowditch's rule. Now in this case, the correction is required to be done by using the transit rule method. Over here, it's a traverse with four sides. The lengths have been given, the whole circle bearings have been given. We have to first verify if there is any closing error, and if there is closing error, sorry, if there is any closing error, we need to rectify the closing error by using the transit rule and then go ahead and find the independent coordinates. So let us go ahead. The first step, as we have seen in the previous problem, the first step is to obtain latitudes and departures of all the lines. Find sum of all the latitudes and departures. This is a common step which we have to do in any of the problems related to the traverse. Any of the problems related to the traverse, we have to find the latitudes and departures, and we have to find the sum of all the latitudes and departures. This is preliminary what is required. So given over here, the length AB is 600, the whole circle bearing is 300 degrees, the latitude is length into cos theta. So length is 600 into cos of 300. We get the answer as plus 300. That means the latitude is towards the north. It's a northing of 300. Coming to the departure, departure is length into sine theta. Length is 600 into sine of 300. So we get the answer as minus 519.62. Now this tells me that the departure is in the west direction. So this is a westing, that is 519.62. Coming to the line BC, the length is 700 and the WCB, the whole circle bearing, angle is 210 degrees. The latitude is L cos theta, that is the length cos theta. Length is 700, cos of 210 degrees. So this value comes to minus 606.22. This tells me that the latitude is in the southern hemisphere. It is down in the southern side. So it is a southing, that is 606.22. Coming to the departure, length into sine theta, length is 700 and sine of 210 degrees gives me the answer minus 350.00. This tells me that the departure is on the left hand side, on the westward side, so it is a westing of 350 units. Coming to the line CD, length is 650 meters. The whole circle bearing is 145 degrees. The consecutive coordinate latitude is length into cos theta. Length into cos theta, 650 into cos of 145 gives me minus 532.45, which means it is a southing of 532.45. Coming to the departure, departure is length into sine theta. Length is 650 units and sine of 145 degrees. 650 into sine of 145 degrees gives me plus 372.82, which tells me that the departure is in the east direction. So it's a easting of 372.82. Coming to DA, DA is having length as 975, whole circle bearing is 30 degrees. The latitude is 975 into cos of 30 degrees, that is L cos theta. So 975 into cos of 30 degrees gives me plus 844.37, which means the latitude is nothing, that is 844.37, and the departure is 975 into sine of 30. Okay, so 975 is the length, 30 is the angle. 975 into sine of 30 gives me 487.5 with a plus sign, which tells me that the latitude is towards the east, or it's a easting of, sorry, the departure is towards the east, so it's a easting of 487.50. Looking at the second part of the step, we have to find the sum of the latitudes and sum of the departure. So we will have to take 300 minus 606.22 minus 532.45 plus 844.37. So we are taking it 300.00 minus 606.22 minus 532.45 plus 844.37, which comes to plus 5.71. Coming to departure, minus 519.62 minus 350 plus 372.82 plus 487.5, which is equal to minus 9.29. The very fact that the latitude as well as departure both are non-zero figures over here, that means there is error of closure or closing error. Latitude is not zero, departure is also not zero. Even if one of them was zero, okay, and the other one was not zero, there would have been a closing error. So in order to have no closing error, both these values sigma L and sigma D both have to be equal to 0. So that's what has been mentioned here. Since sigma latitude and sigma departures are not equal to 0, there is an error of closure or closing error. As said earlier, we can do the correction by using any of the two methods, that is Bowditch's rule or transit rule, but in this case we have been asked to do the correction by using the transit rule. So let us apply the transit rule. Now what is transit rule? Transit rule, correction for departure is equal to sigma departure into departure of the line upon total departure without considering any sign. Okay, similarly correction in latitude is equal to sigma latitude into latitude of that particular line divided by total latitudes. Please note one thing over here, that Bowditch's rule is applied when the angle the angle measurements are not precisely done. That may be inferior as compared to the length measurements. But normally whenever the angular measurement is done with a theodolite, precision instrument has been used, we are doing the things with more accuracy, then the correction is done by using the transit rule. So let us go further. Let us understand that this is the error which we have got in departure, this is the error which we have got in latitude, this is the individual departure, this is the individual latitude, this is the sum of all the departures without considering the sign, and this is the sum of all the latitudes without considering the sign. So now next step, application of transit rule. We have the sum of the latitudes as plus 5.71, sum of the departures as minus 9.29. Line AB, length is 300. We have already calculated the latitude and departure. Now what is the correction for latitude? Correction for latitude is the sigma L, whatever correction is required, multiplied by the individual latitude divided by sum of all the latitudes. Look at this. All the latitudes when I add, that is 300 plus 606.22 plus 532.45 plus 844.37 gives me 2283.04. Please note, I don't consider the signs when I'm finding LT. Similarly, when I'm finding DT, I take it as 519.62, 350, 372.82 and 487.50. We add all this, we get the dt as 1729.94. Now let us apply the corrections. The correction for the latitude for the line AB, this, that is sigma L, I take it for the correction as opposite, multiplied by the individual latitude of that line, that is 300, divided by the sum of all the latitudes, that comes to minus 0.75. Coming to correction in departure, 9.29 with the opposite sign, multiplied by 519.62, that is the individual departure, divided by this value 1729.94. So that comes to plus 2.79. Coming to the next one, line BC, 5.71 into its individual latitude, that is 606.22, divided by sum of all the latitudes without considering the sign, that is 2283.04, which gives me the value as minus 1.52. The departure, correction to departure, plus 9.29 into 350 divided by the sum of all the departures, that is 1729.94. That gives me plus 1.88. Coming to CD, it is 5.71 into individual latitude 532.45 divided by total latitude 2283.04. We get it as minus 1.33. Correction to the departures, plus 9.29 multiplied by 372.82 divided by sum of all the departures, that is 1729.94. The value comes to plus 2.00. Coming to DA, the correction is minus 5.71 into 844.37 divided by the total latitudes, that is 2283.04. The answer comes to minus 2.11. Coming to correction of departure, plus 9.29 into its individual departure 487.50 divided by sum of all the departures without considering the sign, that is 1729.94. That comes to plus 2.62. Now look at this. Minus 0.75, minus 1.52, minus 1.33, minus 2.11. The total comes to 5.71, which is same as this. Similarly, correction to the departures, plus 2.79, plus 1.88, plus 2.00, plus 2.62 comes to 9.29, which is exactly equal to the error in departure. Let's move further. Having got this, the next step is add the corrections to get the corrected latitude and departure. The procedure is very simple. The latitude plus correction. So for the line AB, plus 300.00 minus 0.75 gives me the correct latitude plus 299.25. The departure minus 519.62 plus 2.79 gives me minus 516.82. Coming to the line BC, minus 606.22, and then I have minus 1.52. This gives me the latitude, new latitude, as minus 607.73. Then the departure minus 350, correction to the departure, plus 1.88. Now getting both of them together, we get this value over here, minus 348.12. Line CD, latitude is minus 532.45, correction is minus 1.33. Getting them together, we get the corrected latitude as minus 533.78. Departure is plus 372.82. Correction is 2.00. So the new departure is plus 374.83. Coming to the last line DA, the latitude is plus 844.37. The correction is minus 2.11. So the new latitude, the corrected latitude would be plus 844.37 minus 2.11. It comes to plus 842.26. Departure plus 487.50 plus 2.62. It comes to plus 490.12. Now when we add all the latitudes, we get the sum equal to 0. When we add all the departures, we get the sum equal to 0, which means we know that till this point our calculations are perfect. Now if we try to draw the traverse, it will close. So since there are some values which are negative, some values which are positive, we will try to get everything on the positive side by taking a very high value which has been already given to us as coordinate of A as far as northing and easting is concerned. So we are taking over here line A, B, BC, CD, DA. Their corrected latitudes and departures have been written here. Now independent coordinates for northing and easting. For the point A, it has been given as 1000 and 1000. For the point B, the independent coordinate would be whatever is the coordinate of the point A, whatever is the coordinate of the point A, add to that its own corresponding latitude. We will be getting the northing of the point B. So 1000 plus 299.25 gives me 1299.25 as the northing of the point B. The easting of the point B would be the easting of the point A plus the corresponding departure. So 1000 minus 516.82 gives me 483.18 as the departure of the point B. Coming to the point C, whatever we have got of the point B, the latitude, the northing of the point B, Add to that the latitude of the line BC. So 1299.25 minus 607.73, the answer comes as 691.52, 691.52, which is the northing of the point C. Similarly, the easting of the point C is 483.18, which is the easting of the point B, plus the corresponding departure, that is minus 348.12. The answer given is 135.05. So that becomes the easting of the point C. Now looking at the point D. In order to find the northing of the point D, take the northing of the point C, add to that the corresponding latitude of CD. Corresponding latitude of CD in order to get D. So 691.52 minus 533.78 gives me 157.74 as the northing of the point D. Similarly, easting of the point D can be obtained as easting of the point C, that is 135.05, plus the corresponding departure of the line DA, of the line CD. So 135.05 plus 374.83 gives me 509.88 as the easting of the point D. In order to get the easting of the point D, take the easting of the point C and then add to that departure of CD. CD will give me the easting of the point D. With this, the problem is complete. We have to only give a check to verify if all these calculations of independent coordinates are correct. So when we are at D, take the northing of the point D, add to it the corresponding latitude of DA, that means 157.74 plus 842.26, that gives me 1000. Now this 1000 matches with the point I started with, so these calculations are correct. Coming to the departure, for the point D, the easting is 509.88. To that, add the corresponding departure of the line DA. So 509.88 plus 490.12, that gives me 1000. That is the point with which I had started with. So my A point has the coordinate northing as 1000, easting as 1000. With this, we can understand that whatever calculations we have done are perfect. There is no closing error, and this is the way we solve this problem. Thank you.